Thank you for watching this presentation on the Toulmin model for developing spoken and written arguments. My name is Michael Herke. I'm a lecturer at Setsunan University in Osaka. Persuasion pops up repeatedly in university classrooms, and the heart of persuasion is the argument. Argument is everywhere, and by argument we don't mean dispute or confrontation. An argument is movement. It's an invitation from the speaker or writer to the audience to join them as they move through an issue from the evidence to the conclusion, to the main point. And perhaps because of its ubiquity, there is no single all-encompassing system to describe argument. However, in 1958, philosopher Stephen Toulmin published a book that bridged the gap between the strict logic of formal argumentation and the everyday sort of arguments that we all use all the time. He claimed that informal arguments contain three elements: the grounds, the warrant, and the claim. The Toulmin argument framework also describes three additional elements that we add as necessary: backing, qualifier, and rebuttal. So let's walk through this model argument and see these six elements at work and how they interact with each other. So one starting point for the argument are the grounds, the data or the evidence. The grounds are the information that we argue from. The grounds answer the questions: what have I got to go on? Where must my audience start so that they take the step I want them to take and agree with my claim? In this case, the grounds are: studies show drinking alcohol every day is good for the health. From the grounds, we follow the proof line to the claim. This is the position I want my audience to end up at. In this case, people should drink alcohol every day. But what step, what idea or principle justifies this step? Toulmin calls this element the warrant, the statement that authorizes or warrants the move from the grounds to the claim. This is perhaps the most difficult part of the Toulmin framework because warrants often sit in the background, implied or unstated. In fact, if our audience shares the warrant with us, it is often unnecessary to make it explicit. In this model, the warrant is obvious, but we will make it explicit anyway. So our warrant is that if something is good for the health, people should do it. So this gives us the rationale or the authorization to step from the grounds to the claim. There are the three additional elements mentioned earlier. So some warrants may be doubted by the audience. In that case, they may need backing. Backing answers the questions: why should this warrant be accepted? Is the move from the grounds to the claim safe and reliable? Backing can be factual statements like grounds. So here we have our backing. There are many factors working against human health, as we are all painfully aware: aging, disease, and poor lifestyle choices. The next element in our argument is the qualifier, the modal. And the qualifier answers the question: how much confidence can I have in my claim? Are there any limits on it? Is qualification necessary? So here our qualifier is most. So most, maybe not all people, most people should drink alcohol every day. And we might even add most people should drink alcohol in moderation every day. So through limiting or qualifying our argument, we can actually strengthen it. Finally, the Toulmin framework contains a rebuttal, which anticipates any objections to my claim. These may be circumstances where the warrant should be set aside, where it does not apply. And here our rebuttal is unless someone has an allergy, an issue with alcohol dependency, or is pregnant or underage, then most people should drink a little alcohol every day. So that is our 6-part Toulmin framework for arguments. Now, the Toulmin model doesn't give us the best options for these 6 elements. It doesn't tell us what to say. What it does do is lead us to the kinds of questions we should be asking, and therefore tells us, in addition, what argument analysis must also consist of. So in doing that, it helps us to strengthen both the production and the understanding of arguments in our learning situations. Thank you for listening.